Minta Khasi ka absan tarik naila aja apa nakalian jo ka principal ka jong ka Shillong College ka Dr. Iaka Kongor but head of department jo Khasi ka Dr. A Nongbri ka Paitbah ya ka kot kabala ai kerteng the Khasi state a brief historian timeline 1771 to 2017 Balathodu ba John F. Khashing ba Dr. Bodi S. Rani Dr. F. Khashing haba lakran hakane kasi ulong bakane ka kot ka dei kabala ai jing toy e namar ka donrui ka history jong ka jilla Hakane kasi Paitbah kot laidan ringkar ruki no hingkai jongani college khana school bat ki blasha khosobha hakane kasi
The first book was released as the principal had mentioned was released in 2019 we put it out and subsequently I'm extremely grateful. I mean, I got pushed quite a bit by my family, notably my sons. Went after me to tell me that, with all this work that you're doing, why don't you put it into a book? A lot of people keep calling me, and a lot of students keep coming, a lot of, from a wide range of section of people, including governments. So, district council, government of India, and many people off and on would come and look for clarification, would come and look for records, would come and look for historical aspects of the Khasi states. Given that push, and I'm extremely grateful to Professor Rani from TIS Mumbai. He completed his PhD also on the Federation of Khasi states. Very interesting thesis he wrote. And so he spent 2 years of his time sitting with me and doing all this, and he also went after. And for the benefit of all of you, the first book, Federation of Khasi States, is free online. It's about 500 pages, and so it's a big information book. Subsequently, after the release of that book, a lot of other interested people then started saying, can you concise the book and there are very interesting dates in that book. So we thought of a different way of writing a book, and that is by publishing the timeline. So we'll see here, it's probably for the first time that you have a book giving a timeline of 246 years of Khasi history where records have been established, starting from 1771 up to 2017. So this picture, for your information, is the picture of the chiefs gathering at the 4th Dorbari, what we used to call the People's Parliament, at Himanokrang in Maira. So this is the picture there. And this is just narrating facts with documentary evidence. We've had since the publication of the earlier books, we've got really important feedback, some historical, some empirical, and some theoretical and praiseworthy, some extremely critical. People also be critical of the book, and some downright rejection. There's been some who have also rejected the book. Notwithstanding the same, we firmly believe that we must keep up with our efforts and persist with our writings to document the history of the Khasi community as it persists in time, place, space, and person, especially in the light of current challenges that a community faces as regards control over its land, water, mineral resources, forest, indigenous institutions, and the overall will to have a political grip over its own destiny. We hope to further enrich the text as we collect more data in the future. To this end, we seek the contribution of the reader. We look forward to your reading through this timeline and provide us any feedback so that a second edition can be brought out as soon as more substance is accumulated. We have restricted our documentation only to those events related to the Khasi Himas. But we wish to include more events related to the history of the Khasi community outside of our own framework, because I guess you are aware that there were over 5,000 Garus who assisted and marched with Tirot Singh in their fight in the village. there were 5,000 girls who marched with the Tirotse in the battle with to fight the British. We sincerely thank Shillong College and Tribal Intellectual Collective India, of whom we are active members, for collaborating with both of us in the second endeavor to document the history and political journey of the Khasi states. Likewise, we generally thank all those who have invested efforts and taken the pain to read our book, earlier book on the Federation of Khasi States, and given us substantive feedback on how to deepen and improve the textual content further. I am also extremely grateful to all the chiefs, the saints, the 54 Khasi chiefs here in the Khasi Hills, and around 1,400 dogmas, who together in their own limitation have been, providing from time to time, from an event to an event. I was narrating to the principal, Madam Principal earlier, that this accumulation of this data and this content is due to so many events that have happened, and in the work that I've advocated has led to my getting access to all kinds of documents, and it took me quite a while. And truly, I cannot but mention one mentor who has been a real mentor to me was late Gilbert Shulai. So, having gone through all his writings and books has led us to bring us this today to try and capture all the events of the Khasi states. It has come out in English primarily because just recently also we have been contacted by some important officials from the government of India. So often on these officers get transferred and we have a difficulty in understanding what is this Khasi Hima, what is this scam, who is this Doloi, what is Ra, what is community land. All these things are so complex for someone who is not from the same community. So writing in English was important so that it helps them to understand the policymakers, be it at the center, at the state, given that all the challenges that we are debating right now. I think this book will in a way contribute to help them to figure out where we are.
Overwhelmed with joy. This is nothing. Nothing means it's not a pre-planned program. Indeed, it is just a discussion with John when he offered to release the timeline titled The Khasi States, A Brief Historical Timeline 1771 to 2017. Yes, anything which comes from a positive mind, it ends up also in a successful way. So, in collaboration with the Khasi department and with the permission from our dearest principal, who always encourages us and who inspires us that anything we are doing, it is for the welfare of the society at large and also for our generation. I hope that this book, which will be released today, has insights and meaningful because it is a historical facts. Thank you, John, for